Shalom. I had a moment recently where I felt lonely, and I was surprised by the loneliness. I'm a person, if you look on the outside, I have pretty much anything anybody would want. I don't want to go through the list of all the blessings. It's praise to God, the wonderful family, wife, children, house, car, job, mission, purpose in life, a few boots to put on my feet, a few hats on my head. I really, I don't feel like I'm lacking anything. I have friends, I have comrades, students, patients, clients. I mean, what am I missing? Why am I feeling lonely? And I really sat down with that. Why would a person who feels like you have everything? Okay, my mother passed away 7 years ago. I miss her. But I don't think that's the same as loneliness. I have family across the ocean. They're far away. You miss them. Still not loneliness. I started thinking, and I remembered a verse. Zachor tizkarenu, ma shahashem lokecha asa b'tzeitchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. Remember, with a double language, a double down. The Torah's doubled down with us on memory. Remember, you will remember what God, your God, did for you when you came out of Egypt. And I said, maybe that's it. I'm not really lonely. I'm remembering loneliness from the past. A place is still lonely. A piece of the past is still calling for attention. A spark, we call them. A spark of a moment, a recorded time when I didn't have all these blessings from God. And I really did feel lonely driving across America in my Chevy van, stopping here and there, living here and there, vagabonding, I think they call it. And I remembered, wait a minute, I know what this is about. This is the spark of loneliness coming back for an embrace, for a moment of gratitude and love, a moment of recognizing the sparks in the past when we were farther from God. Not that I'm not far now, but it feels like less far. When you're measuring in light years, you could give up a couple 100,000 miles. But it was the spark of the past, the memory of loneliness that was coming back and saying, Abraham, don't forget me. Why do you feel lonely? Because we have not yet embraced the moment of the past and brought it into the future and united it with the light of the presence of the divine soul now. Because when you touch your own divine soul, it heals. It heals those moments. It heals the pain, the regret, the remorse, the loss. That infinite above time soul that's connected to each and every person. And so I think we should pay attention in a deeper way to our feelings, because when the feelings are around us, it might be from a long time ago, coming back for a repair, coming back for a reunion with God. And every week we have this reunion with God called Shabbat. Wonderful. And now we understand, because the rabbis teach in the Zohar that every Shabbat that we've experienced or not experienced from the beginning of time is connected to the first Shabbat. And that first Shabbat is giving life force to all the other Shabbatot. And so too, the memory of your first Shabbat gives power to every other Shabbat. So try to remember your first Shabbat and embrace it and love it and appreciate it. And if you've never kept Shabbat, well, then I'm envious of you, because the first Shabbat, it is a wedding. And it is a wedding between our individual divine spark and the massive collective spark that we call the divine presence, the Shekhinah. For she is with us in the happy days and in the sad, and the difficulties and in the celebrations. So I bless all of us with that kind of reunion on Shabbat. And reunion with our past brings it all into the now. And the now is the portal to above time. You want to go above time, you have to be in the now. That's where the doorway is. That's where the button, on the wall for the elevator comes down, in your now. Let our Shabbat be all in the now. Not feeling remorse for the past on Shabbat and not feeling worry for the future because we're in Shabbat. All the best to all of you. God bless.